Warning: the content of the video that you are about to watch pertains to the harvest of fur-bearing wildlife through the practice of ethical, sound wildlife management of modern-day trapping. If this bothers you, if it triggers you in any way, shape, or form, please leave this channel now. Hey trappers, Dale Billingsley here, Billingsley Brand Lures. Guys, what I want to talk to you today about is bobcats. I'm not going to really put in any sets as I've gone through those in previous videos. If you'll go into my playlist, there's several of them there. Same with location, there's several videos there as well. But what I want to talk to you today about is cat habits and some of the things that we know and that we can use to help us catch more cats. So stay with me. We'll get things set up here and we'll get rolling. All right, guys. The first thing I want to talk to you about is cat flags. You can see that I've got a couple of turkey feathers hanging there. Those work really, really well. They get a cat's attention. The hardest part about a cat, it's not getting the cat's attention. It's keeping him there long enough to work the set. Okay? And then not only that, but you have to have something at that set that trips his trigger to make him want to commit and go on into it. But that's just one example of a flag there. Another example is that little skeleton hanging right there, that little deal. You can pick those up, you know, Dollar General, Walmart, your Dollar Trees, Family Dollar, those kind of places, especially after Halloween when they go on sale. Really cheap. They're white, and then they come with these little glow-in-the-dark sticks that you break or shake or whatever it might be, and it slides down in the back of him there, and he glows in the dark, and it'll work up to 24 hours for you. You know, they're not a long-lasting kind of a thing, but they sure enough will get a cat's attention. Other things that you can use, if you're not allowed to use feathers in your state, you can hang, you know, a piece of white garbage bag, a piece of black garbage bag, or tie the two together to get that color contrast and get the wings going and that kind of thing. You know, we went over, you know, in a previous video, we went over the Texas cotton tree set. What that is just a real stemmy branch with a bunch of cotton balls hanging on it. You know, you can do that as well. You know, there's a plethora of things you can use. You know, now at the set, I always start off with a big flashy dirt hole. Okay, that's my first set that I put in when I'm on a cat location. So big flashy dirt hole, but again, we don't want that dirt hole any bigger around than what the jaws of our trap are. Okay, and we want to come back that 18, 20 inches, somewhere in there, 16, you know, because a lot of cats will hang back before they step on in. When he comes in, we want that first step to be his last. You know, but feather the hell out of those sets. If you're allowed to use feathers, use them. Big wad of feathers in the hole, a bunch of feathers laying out of the hole. You know, anything to get that cat's attention. You can do the same thing with cotton balls. You could throw a big wad of them in the back of the hole, lay some out in front, sheep wool, anything like that. Anything to get that cat's attention. Then when it comes to baiting and luring, give them smells. Okay, I cannot stress that enough, guys, because you don't know what it is that's going to trip that cat's trigger. So the first thing I'm going to put in the hole is my cat call. Okay, it's a gland-based call type lure, not a long distance call. There's a difference there. Okay, long distance call would be my Death Valley. That would go either above the set or behind it, or smeared across the upper lip of the hole. The first thing though is going to be cat call. Then I'm going to use something like Aces and Eights, Thunderstruck, dadgum, I can't think, High Plains Mesa, one of those as a curiosity type. High Plains Mesa is also another gland type lure. Then I'm going to switch to something like a food lure. Again, we'll go with Aces and Eights. That's a food-based lure also. And Blackfoot. Blackfoot is a food-based cat lure. Then the long distance call, the Death Valley, and a good shot of urine. Then after that set's completed, I will back it up with a very nice, very subtle flat set, and it may get nothing more than just a shot of cat urine on it, and that's it. Because you don't know what age a cat is coming in. You don't know the status of the cat. You don't know whether they're an aggressive type, whether they're submissive. You don't know. So back that set up with a nice flat set with maybe nothing more than a shot of urine. Maybe go ahead and give it a gland lure or two if you feel like it's necessary, and that's it. Now, the other thing I want to get across to you is when you're running drags with cats, wherever that cat goes and hangs up, that's where your next set goes. Okay, pop in that set back where it was. Go ahead and put it back in. But a new set should go wherever that cat hung up, because I can almost promise you the next cat that comes through, that's where he's going to be. He's going to be caught in that set. So always have that option, be able to do that. Have enough traps that you can do that, okay? Because that's where he'll be. He'll show up down there next, I promise. Okay, the other thing with cats, when you're putting in those trench style sets, especially a long trench style, and if it happens that you don't have a big step down in it, okay, it's just a long trench style type set. Cats are just like canines. Most canines are right-footed. We've discussed that before in some of the coyote videos. Most coyotes, and red fox too, and gray fox as well, are predominantly right-footed. So what they do, they come in and they plant that left foot really hard, and they start scratching with their right. That's why we try to center that trap straight back, okay, from the set. All right. And if you'll take notice, the majority of your coyotes will be caught by the left front foot. Cats are the same way. Most of them are right foot dominant, okay? They're going to come in, they're going to plant that left foot hard, and they'll start scratching at that hole with the right foot. They also will hug things on the right side. When they come into a post type set, a flat set, they will come in to the right side. So use that. You take that knowledge and use that against him. Use that to harvest that cat. That's a pretty good piece of information, I think, for you. So to kind of recap things, we want good flagging. A lot of it. You can also, go back a little bit into that again. We know the cats can see the color blue. We know they can see the color green. We're almost sure they're still studying it, but we're almost sure they can see the color red. So there's 3 colors that you want to use to your advantage if you can. We also know they can see black. We know they can see white. You've got 5 color options there, guys. You use them to your advantage, all right, to harvest that cat. Don't be afraid to give them smells. Don't be afraid to give them flags. Treat them just like a 4-year-old boy who, for lack of better things, is on meth and has ADHD too, okay? Give him toys and give him enough smells that he's interested and wants what you're offering, and don't be afraid to use a bait on them either. That predator buster of mine is deadly on bobcats. It's deadly on coyotes and red fox as well. It's a beaver meat base. It's excellent on cats. So don't be afraid to give a big shot of bait down that hole either, along with your other smells, your gland lures, your curiosity lures, your call type, your long distance call lures, and in your food-based lures as well. Don't be afraid to do that. Because once again, you don't know what's going to trip that cat's trigger. You have no idea. And cats are so finicky. You don't never know. They may come up to that set, sit there and look at it for 10 minutes or longer before they decide to work it. Or they may sit there and look at it for 10 minutes and go, nothing there I really want, and go on down their way. So give them plenty there. That's the biggest thing I can drive home in this video. That's what I want you to take away from it. For those of you that may be interested in it, I do put on clinics and schools at certain times of the year, and when those are approaching and coming up, I will put the information out here on a video for you. I also do private instructions. If you feel you need private instructions, you can always come to me. You can call me or message me anytime to get a price on that, or the school, either one. Also, at certain times, I am able to get away to, dang them gnats, to come to you on your trap line. Not necessarily during the season, but in the off season, we can go through your trap line on at your place to help. Some of the problems you may be having there. Again, you can call me or message me for information there. Uh, Once again, guys, I appreciate everything you've done for the channel, and I appreciate you watching. This is Dale Billingsley with another one. Signing out.